The state government's pick seems unattainable. Barbados late phone call by Jan Vertonghen.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Olanrewaju Gbenga Ojodale Akubo, Ayuba, uh, I see Sunshi, Elisha, and Michael. Thank you, everyone. Good morning once again. All right, it's a good time to get right to it. Good morning once again. This is the second day of July, Tuesday, 2024. And again, this is our morning market review. And without further ado, like I said, this is our usual morning market review, where we look at what's going on in the market. and also with an expectation that would be able to pick a few entries and trade ideas from these sessions every day, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. For today and even for the rest of the week. All right. Um, okay. We should get right to it immediately. And to do that, I'll quickly head over to forexfactory.com so that we can check out the important news events for today that may impact price. And then we'll get started with the technicals, start with the majors, and from there we can start looking at some other pairs as well. Okay, so just a second while I switch to forexfactory.com. Before I do that, I need us to confirm that the audio is solid. You can hear me loud and clear, please. So it doesn't slow us down. Thank you, A1. Thank you, Akubo. All right, so I'll switch to, very good. Thank you very much. So just a second while I switch to forexfactory.com so that we can check out what we have there. Oh, apologies, apologies. It was muted when I wanted to switch to forexfactory.com, and then I started talking without unmuting myself. My sincere apologies. So I quickly take that again. I'll quickly take that again. What I said for AUD. Please, can you hear me now? It's unmuted now, please. My sincere apologies. Are we good? All right. Thank you very much, Sunday Oyedele, and the rest of you. So I was for about 4 minutes, 4 minutes, I was talking about the monetary policy meeting for this AUD. And like I said earlier, when it was muted, that this monetary policy meeting, the minutes of that meeting is released every 2 weeks after the cash rate is announced. The cash rate is also the interest rate. And like other nations as well, Australia too has been battling with high rate of inflation. So this minute of meeting essentially provides an in-depth insight into the economic conditions that had influenced their interest rate decision and where to set it. And if you have been following this closely, when it was released 2 weeks ago, it came out at 4.35%, which is still quite high. So inflation is still uncomfortably high. So what we may see is that they begin to consider raising interest rates to fight inflation. Uh, if you have been trading long enough, I'm sure you would have realized that it is no longer news that central banks use interest rates as a tool to manage the rate of inflation. It's a powerful tool that they have. So when it is they try to either increase interest rates or decrease interest rates. So when prices are rising rapidly, they may raise interest rate just like we have right now, which then makes borrowing money more expensive because the interest you pay back is higher. And in a way, this is also to discourage spending in order to slow down the economy, uh, all in a bid to bring down inflation. Moving right straight to euro, we also have core CPI, which is also an high impact news that we are now waiting for. 10 a.m. This will be released for the euro, so we can expect some volatility for as soon as this is released. Briefly, the CPI is also a very important economic indicator. It is released on a regular basis by major economies, and it kind of gives a timely glimpse into to measure growth rates and levels of inflation, an important metrics that is used to determine the rate of inflation. And a higher inflation rate means your money buys less because everything costs more. So and then uh, by 2:30 p.m., European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde will also be speaking. Of course, you can see we don't have data here because we would now need to listen to the tone of our voice, whether it is hawkish or dovish, so that we'll know in which direction to trade. Also, 2:30 p.m., Federal Reserve Chairman Powell will also be speaking. And then later by 3 p.m., we have job opening data. So 10 a.m., 2:30 p.m., 3 p.m. Those are the important time tags for today that we need to look out for. All right. So now having talked about the fundamentals, now let's switch to MT4 to check out the technicals for today. So I'm going to switch to MT4 right now. I'm not going to mute it. I'll just switch to it so that I don't make the same mistake. All right, so MT4 in a minute. Stop share. Esther Omorige, you're welcome. Okay. On the screen now, I have MetaTrader 4. Please, can we quickly confirm you can hear me? Ahidu Abubakar, the best way of trading fundamentals. Okay. Number one, you need to wait patiently for the news to be released. And then, depending on the outcome of the news, before it is released, of course, what you can do is to identify your key levels, support and resistance, identify that ahead. And then when it is released, price will either bounce, reverse, or continue in the same direction. So it is important to wait for the news release itself. And then again, it is known that if the actual result is greater than the forecast, it's considered to be good for the currency, and then we are looking for buys. If it's bad, again, we look for sell. Time may not permit to go into so much details for that, because I think we already lost about 4 minutes to being muted, about 4 or 5 minutes. All right. So this is the US dollar index. Of course, I'd like to start from here to check out how the direction of the dollar index, and then I can easily relate this to the major pairs: Euro USD, Pound USD, USD CAD, USD JPY, and the rest of the major pairs, AUD USD as well. And then so like I said, easily, once I understand the direction of the dollar, and I can relate it to other major pairs. If the dollar is bullish, you can expect the likes of Euro USD, Pounds USD to be bearish. So what do we have here? What do we have right now? Okay. This is a structure that I've been watching very closely for the US dollar index. Of course, it's still very much bullish because that is, we have an uptrend. We have an uptrend. We have an uptrend. So what that means is that we have series of higher highs and higher lows. We have series of higher highs and higher lows. That's what makes it an uptrend. Higher highs and higher lows. And that's what I have on the screen right now with these lines so that you can identify it. Now, I've also mentioned fake outs. I've also given us the idea of trading fake outs, and this is a very good example. This is a trend line here, right here, that has acted as support multiple times for USD index. We have point one here, point 2, point 3, and eventually price break below that trend line. And if this were to invalidate this uptrend and then instead give us a downtrend, then this break of trend line should have been sustained. That means the minute it broke below the trend line, we should have started seeing lower highs and lower lows, but that did not happen. After the break below the trend line, above that trend line, we got this aggressive green candle, which confirmed that the whole of this price here is a or was a fake out, that is a breakout that failed. And I've also mentioned that when we have a fake out like this, usually price would move aggressively in the opposite direction. So this is a fake out to the downside. So we expect price to move aggressively towards the upside. And then for this, I'm expecting price to continue to push higher until around 106.5. That's my expectation for the dollar index. So if that's my expectation for the dollar index, what it also means is that the likes of Euro USD, Pounds USD would be bearish, and then USD CAD bullish, NZD USD bearish. So that's the idea. Okay, so now let's take this to Euro USD. Let's take this to Euro USD now. Right, so on the screen, I have Euro USD. Again, we can see multiple times where the fake out has also played out right there. We got one here. If you consider this trend line, which dates back as far as sometime in July 2023, we got a resistance here. We got a breakout right here, but almost immediately price closed below the trend line, and then an aggressive move to the downside. Right, that's typical of a fake out. Here, resistance, and then here, resistance as well. But then again, we got another fake out, and almost immediately price closed back below the trend line, which is again typical of a fake out. And then what we are also seeing here is an aggressive move to the downside. Perfect. All right. Now, this is also this is the trend line as resistance, and then this is also trend line as support. So we got the first test here, we got another one here, a few pips to the trend line right here, and then currently we also got this. Now, between okay, this here, I have moving average on my chart as well, and then so once in a while I'll be switching to the chat section to check if we dropped messages that I need to attend to. Okay, so I have these two trend lines, and then this is the moving average as well. That's the moving average 50. The moving average 50, you can see the properties right there. Okay, so price came back to the moving average, and then it's beginning to push lower, which is very fantastic. It is the expectation. Again, because the dollar index is bullish, we can expect this to be bearish. So if it is bearish, what it means is that we're looking for opportunities to sell. And then again, we have that structure right here for a downtrend. You see it? Now, all of this is happening on the daily time frame. This is to give me the overall direction of price, and then I can switch to lower time frames for entries. You said this right here is a downtrend. Okay, all right, so price pushed higher right here, and then the moving average acted as resistance, and price is beginning to push lower, which is fantastic. So what it means is that we look for opportunities to sell. We look for opportunities to sell. One, if you're an aggressive trader, you may jump in right away, but this is happening on the daily time frame. So I'm going to switch to H4 to check out what we have here. Okay, so on H4, price has just broken below this 1.0725 level, which if you look back a little bit, we would see how important that pivot level has been for Euro USD. Here as resistance, here as resistance, we got that gap, and then here also this zone as resistance, this right here too as resistance. If we begin to go back, we'll see multiple times where it has done that. Okay, so right now price has recently broken below that same support level at 1.0725. Now, number one, okay, this is H4. Let's also switch to H1. Okay, still quite fresh on H1. Still quite fresh on H1. We got that break below support level. So one, we may jump right in straight away for a sell. We jump right in straight away for a sell. And then this trend line would be the target levels, this trend line back right here. Or number two, we may wait for a retest of 1.0725. That is, wait for price to retest that same support as resistance. And then we then take sell from there. So it depends on your trading style, depends on your trading strategy. For one, you may jump right in and then target further downsides for price. Or number two, If you're more conservative like myself, then you may want to wait for price to retest that level as resistance. So retest that level as resistance, and then we now take sell opportunities from there. That's exactly how I'm going to be trading this pair. Okay, so that's for Euro USD. So moving on to, okay, let's check chart very quickly. I have Oluwaseun's card. I hope that's right. Do I mean once the dollar index is bullish, the currency pairs with USD is expected to be bearish? Absolutely. Now, when the dollar index is bullish, that says USD is bullish. So what it means is that where you have USD as the base currency, we can expect that pair to be bearish. Where you have USD as the base currency, then we can expect that pair to be bullish, So for example, USD card. Okay, let me do this so that we understand it better. So if you have USD card as an example, if you have USD card, because USD is the base currency here and it is bullish, so we expect USD card to be bullish because here in this pair, USD is the base currency. For a pair like okay, for a pair like the Euro USD. Now, in this pair now, USD is the core currency. So what it means is that for a pair like this would be bearish if the dollar index is bullish because they move in opposite direction. They are inversely proportional. So that's it for Oluwaseun card. So you can also expect pound USD to be bearish as well. USD JPY bullish as well. Ayuba Muhammad. Time frame, I started from daily time frame to get the overall direction, and then I switched to the H1 time frame to look for entries, and then for Euro USD, we talked about two entry ideas. Number one, if you're somewhat aggressive, you may jump right in for a sell. We're selling because the USD index is bullish, so that's one way. Second approach would be to wait for a retest of the 1.0725 level, and then we now take a sell trade from there. All right. Euro pound, hopefully we get to it. All right, I'm glad you got it. Okay, hopefully we get to gold. I will be MA50 used to determine entry level or trend direction. Now, when you're using moving average 50, now the moving average, a dynamic indicator used to determine the overall direction of an asset. Now, number one, if the basic idea is if the price of an asset is above moving average 50, then we expect it to be bullish. However, if below it, then that may signal a bearish asset. That's the basic idea. So now, to use it for entries, just like you have asked. Now, for instance, if you check my chart and what I have here, at this point now, price is below moving average 50. This line, of course, is moving average 50. You can see the properties. Now, I said when price is below it, we can expect that asset to be bearish. And then we can use that same moving average as resistance. What does that mean? The whole of this part, price is below moving average 50. When do I enter sell? It is when price retests the moving average 50 as resistance, just like we got here. And then this would have been a fantastic sell opportunity. That's exactly how to use a moving average to take, buy, or sell. The basic idea. The basic idea. How do you fix moving average? Very simple. Insert indicators, because it's a trend indicator. You come here, then moving average is right there. Just follow that trail. Insert. This is for who now? This is for Kingsley. This is for Kingsley. For Kingsley, insert. That's how to uh, install it on your chart. Insert an indicator. Which one do you want to insert? A trend indicator, which is moving average. So you select it right there. You select it right there. And then depending on the period and method you are interested in. So that's it for how to put it on your chart. Okay. So now moving on to, yes, it is applicable to all time frame. George Martins, I don't get what you're trying to know. Since Euro USD and Pounds USD goes together, does it mean the news happening on this is going to affect pounds? Well, yes, it's because they move, they have similar direction. However, when we have news specifically for euro or specifically for pounds, depending on the outcome of the news, we may see different movement for that period, and then eventually they still sink in terms of movement. Okay, Olugbenga, fantastic. I'm glad you got it. How can you modify, this is Saidu now, how can you modify a running trade on system? How can you modify it? It's very simple. You simply click on that trade in your terminal. You right click on that trade and then you will see modify. With that, you can edit your take profit, you can edit your stop loss levels and things like that. Okay, so let's move right away to pounds USD. So again, for pounds USD, we have said that they have it has similar movement as euro USD. Now let's start from daily. This is daily time frame now. What this time frame will do for you is to give you the overall direction, and then you can tune down to lower time frames for your entry. Now, again, pounds USD on the daily time frame. This is also a trend line that price has respected multiple times, dates back as far as 2021. We got the touch here, we got the second one, third one, fourth one, and on like that. Even here, up till the current day, you see it, up till the current day. And then, if you also look at this, around this 1.28 level, this also gave us a fake out. Again, a fake out is a breakout that failed. You can see how many times price has respected this 1.28 level. Plenty of times we begin to scroll back, we'll see in plenty multiple confirmation. So this 1.28 level is an important pivot level for the price of pounds USD. Now, here again we got a fake out, and then like I've said multiple times, when you get a fake out like this, usually price would move aggressively in the opposite direction, and that's what we got right there. Now, after that aggressive move to the downside, we got this uptrend. We got these higher lows and higher highs back to 1.28. You see it back to 1.28 again. And then while it was creating this series of higher highs and higher lows back to 1.28, this is more of an ascending channel. This is more of an ascending channel. Highlighted with these two trend lines right there. The upper one acting as resistance, the lower one acting as support. And then eventually price broke below that trend line. Price broke below this trend line. And then when that happened, we got a fantastic retest of that same trend line, got a bearish engulfing candle, and then price is now beginning to push lower. So sell opportunities right there for pound USD. And if you were on this platform last week, it was a very fantastic opportunity for those of us who sold, who sold, even the Euro USD, fantastic opportunity. And then right about now, it's also creating a new opportunity. Now, what does that mean? Price broke below that trend line. We tested it, gave us a fantastic move to the downside. Price retested this area too. This area at 1.2685 also acted as support while price was above it. But now that price is below it, okay, let me use this so that we can identify it. Price broke below it, and then again we got a retest of that level. Price fell again, but back at that same level. Now, all of this again is happening on the daily time frame. So let's switch to 4 hours first. Let's switch to 4 hours. And then we'll see that it will be clearer right there. You see it? That's the 1.2685 level, again at 1.2685. And on this 4 hours time frame now, this gave us bearish engulfing. Very, very fantastic. So that's 4 hours, 1 hour time frame. What's happening right here? Okay, you see it on the 1 hour time frame too. Price is beginning to push to the downside. Again, fantastic sell opportunity, fantastic sell opportunity. And then we expect price to encounter some challenges around this price level. Price will definitely encounter issues around that. Okay, around that support. All right. So that's it for Euro USD, Pound USD. Fantastic trade opportunities right there. Moving on to USD CAD. Now, this is a perfect example for what I was trying to explain earlier, that when USD index is bullish, we expect Euro USD, Pound USD to be bearish, while USD CAD to be bullish. And that's what we have right here. You see it? That's what we have right here. You can see again, this right here is also a fantastic example of a fake out. You see it happening right there again. Another perfect example. So this is the trend line. You see it, and then here, right here, price broke below that trend line, and then it couldn't sustain that break below trend line, and then price closed back above the trend line, which means that the whole of this price here was a fake out. And then what happened immediately after that? We saw an aggressive move to the upside. Okay, and then right here we also got this is more of a descending channel now. This is more of a descending channel, opposite of what we saw earlier for Pound USD. Okay, and then you can see how much this channel here has respected price, how price has respected these levels as resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, multiple times. And then eventually we got a break above the resistance. Right here, price retesting that same trend line, and then we're seeing price beginning to push the upside. Now, I remember last time I was here, we identified this resistance and support. So what it means is that this price too has been a range, has been very, very choppy. You see, has been unable to break out of this range. Price is trapped in this range. You see it back at support, and then again heading towards resistance. This is typical of a ranging market. This is typical of a ranging market. Now, the expectation, because the dollar index is bullish, the expectation is that we expect this to continue to push higher. Now, this here, of course, is a resistance level. So from this point to this point, This is on a daily time frame again. So let's switch to a lower time frame to see if we can get decent pips right there. This is H4 and then H1 right here. Okay. So what do we have here? What do we have here? Let's see what the movement will give us. All right. Okay. So this is still quite a distance. Okay. So here is a good support level. Here is a good support level. All right. So on this 1 hour time frame now, if we can get a reversal pattern, if we can get a reversal pattern, whether you're bullish, your pressing line, your bullish engulfing, then that would be a buy opportunity. That would be your buy signal. That would be your buy signal. As soon as we get a reversal within this area, then that would be my trigger to enter a buy for Euro USD around the current price area. Can get a reversal pattern. Okay, so that's it for Chinedu is asking if fake outs can be traded. If fake outs can be traded. Yes, it can be traded. Again, can be quite tricky because now what you do is as soon as price breaks above or below an important price level, you either enter a buy or sell depending on the direction of the fake out. To take advantage of the break, of the initial break of structure. However, personally, I prefer to trade a fake out instead. So as soon as price breaks above or below an important price level, I would rather wait for price to close back or close back below it for me to enter trade. Now, I'm going to show us a typical example of what I just said on the Euro pounds. I'm going to show us a typical example for Euro pounds. And coincidentally, Omawumi Sunday just requested for Euro pounds. So this is a good time to go right there. Okay, now this is Euro pounds on the daily time frame. This is Euro pounds on the daily time frame. And what do we have here? You can see multiple tests of this price level at this horizontal line is showing us that 0.85. Now, if you continue to go back, you will see how much price has tested that particular level as support. In fact, we got one here, we got another one right here, which is also typical of a double bottom. And what happened right after that? Price pushed higher. Now, watch what happened. Price came back to that same 0.85 level, also gave us a double bottom. And what happened right after that? Price also pushed higher. Okay, that's true. And then what happened? Okay, let me try to zoom out a little bit. Okay, so now right here, price returned to that same 0.85 level. And eventually we got a break below that level, which is typical of a breakout. This is a breakout now by this bearish candle, this red candle. So for the person that asked if fake outs can be traded, now as soon as this red candle breaks below that important price level, I can take a sell. I can take a sell. Now, if I took a sell here, of course, I would have made this much. I would have made that much from the break, from that break right there. That's like 86 pips, which is very fantastic. However, when price broke below that level, we expect that price should have continued to push lower. But as it is now, our price has now returned to that same level. Now, if this is going to eventually give us a fake out, that means we expect price to now close back above 0.85. If we get that, then the whole of this price here would be a fake out, and then we can now expect an aggressive move to the upside, and this will give us a fantastic trade opportunity. Very, very fantastic. Trading fake outs like this can give fantastic trade opportunities, like I've said multiple times. So this is happening on the daily time frame now. What I'll be watching out for right here is a break back above that 0.85 level. If we do get that, then the whole of this part would be a fake out, and then that can give us fantastic trade opportunity. That's it for Euro pounds. Among today, I hope you got that. All right, moving on. This is NZD USD right here as well. And then if you look at NZD USD too, because USD is the quote currency here, that means we expect this to be bearish. We expect this to be bearish. Now, if you look at this price level around, hold on. So what happened? This here, around 0.62, you can see resistance, we see resistance, we see resistance, we see resistance. Now, this right here is also typical of a fake out. You see it again. No, I was looking for shapes. You see it? Also typical of a fake out. And then what happened right after that? We got an aggressive move to the downside, which is fantastic. Okay, so right here, price is now back at 0.62, back at 0.62, and then we're beginning to see price push lower. Now, I saw this trend line. So I got this trend line opportunity, support here, the second time, support here, the third time, and now price broke below it, retested that point, and then we're seeing a push lower. All of this on the daily time frame. How do I trade this? Because price is now sitting on a support level, and we don't want to be selling at support. So what it means is that we need price to break below this level before we now take sell opportunities. However, if you are an aggressive trader, then you can jump right in for a sell on NZD USD. But the way I'm going to be trading this is to see a break below that support level. It will be even more fantastic if we get a retest of that level, and then we now take our sell trades from there. And that's exactly how I'm going to be trading NZD USD, which, of course, is also going to be a fantastic trade opportunity. All right. So that's it for NZD USD. Let's see what's happening on EuroCAD as well. Again, on the daily time frame. Now, EuroCAD again, we also see a fake out right there, broke above that resistance level. You see, this level around 1.4765 acted as resistance for price. Dates as far back as 2023. You see 2023 right there as resistance, all the whole of that area. Let's see it right there. The whole of this area, resistance. Even here, resistance. Right here, resistance. And eventually we got that break above that level. So if you see a breakout like this, it's of course may be a fantastic buy opportunity. However, what it also means is that we need to see price from that point continue to give us higher lows and higher highs for that move to be sustained. We need to continue to see higher lows and higher highs. So we got one here, a retest of that level, and then price pushed higher. And then it was supposed to give us a new higher low. So what it means is that price should have maybe retested this part and then push higher from there, he said, but that did not happen. What did we get instead? We now got a break in structure, and that's why I want to remain bearish for Euro CAD. So what happened here? I'm going to use my lines to highlight it for you so you understand what I mean. So this move here changed the structure for me. We got a retest, you see it, and then we got a new low. And what happened right after that? Price came back to this to that same level, and then we're getting a reversal pattern right there. And this again is happening on the daily time frame. Head over to 4 hours. It's even clearer. You see it. This now is giving us bearish engulfing. What it means is that at the end of these 4 hours, if this closes as bearish engulfing, then it would be a fantastic trade opportunity right there. How about 1 hour? How about the 1 hour time frame? You see it? Again, prices are now pushing lower. So right here, if I'm going to take a sell here on this 1 hour time frame, I need price to break below this trend line. Now, if we go back to daily, you see that trend line right there. You see that trend line right there. So price retested that trend line on daily now, and then is beginning to signal a reversal, but this is daily. So if we head over to 1 hour, on 1 hour, I'll be watching out for price to break below that trend line before I take a sell. I need price to break below that trend line. And then if we get a retest, it will be even more fantastic. And then price pushes lower from there. Fantastic trade opportunity right there if it plays out exactly as said. However, if price breaks back above this level around 1.473, then we may get a retest of that same resistance. We may get that. So number one, I need price to break below this trend line for me to take a sell. I need price to break below that trend line because it's a support and you don't want to be selling into a support. So the best trade idea here would be to wait for price, because patience is also a strategy. You need to wait for price to break below that trend line. If we get a retest, fantastic, and then we can expect price to push lower. That's for Euro CAD right there. Euro CAD right there. Okay. We also have oil right there. We also have oil right there. And then I also remember that last week we analyzed oil also, and then we got a fantastic buy opportunity last week. That was I think last week Tuesday was 25th June. Yeah, 25th June. So what happened 25th June? Somewhere here. Okay, this was 24th, and then this was 25th. Okay, so here, right there, last week Tuesday, for as many of us as took a buy here, I'm sure must have been in a fantastic profit right there. Okay, so what's currently happening? Price has pushed higher, again, breaking above a resistance, breaking above a resistance. All of this again happening on the daily time frame, So let's head over to H4. Over to H4, and then that was the support. That was the support from last week where price pushed higher, and now is above a resistance right there. It's above a resistance. So how do I trade this? One, if I get, okay, let me switch to 1 hour. So it's clearer on 1 hour. Okay, so price broke above that resistance. And then for me, this didn't really give us a fantastic retracement opportunity. So, however, if this had returned to that same point, then it would have been another fantastic opportunity to take a buy. So this is what we currently have. is what we currently have right there on 1 hour time frame. Is what we currently have. Let's see what trade opportunity right there. So again, here it is also approaching this resistance around that price level. Why is it resistance? If we scroll back, we'll see how price also respected that level. You see it at 87.2. You see it right there. 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 Okay, that's how I know that it's a resistance. So if we get a decent retracement from the current price level, then it will be a fantastic opportunity to enter buy again. But if we don't, then let's see from the current level up to here. Okay. You may want to allow price to break above this level first, except you're an aggressive trader. That's when you would enter a buy right away. That's when you enter a buy right away. But the way I'm going to trade this is to, number one, wait for a retracement to this, which was initially a resistance, now turn support. If we get that, fantastic buy opportunity, or wait for price to push above that resistance. If we get a retest, fantastic trade opportunity as well. So that's how I'm going to be approaching oil. All right. Amenzi Yakubu. Gold, sir. I don't know if I can get to that. Saidu Abubakar, you always take trades. That's fantastic. AUD USD. Now, without even opening the chart, for AUD USD, we expect it to be bearish. Expect it to be bearish because USD is bullish. Now, right here, we see consolidation. This will be the last asset for today. We see consolidation. Now, when price is choppy like this, it can also be by the time price breaks out of this trap, it can also be a fantastic trade opportunity. You can see price has been stuck since May within this range. Price has been stuck within this range. You see it, testing it at support, testing it at resistance multiple times. This is choppy. Price is moving sideways back to the support. You see it. So number one, you can be trading from support to resistance, from support to resistance, from resistance back to support, while this ranging situation lasts. But eventually, we expect price to either break above the resistance or break below the support. So depending on what we get eventually would help us with the direction to trade, help us understand the direction to trade. Again, all of this on the daily time frame. This is what 4 hours look like, still stuck within that range, still stuck within that range. So the best approach here may be to wait for price to either break below or break above, or we trade from support to resistance, from resistance back to support, and on like that, as long as this ranging situation tarries. Okay. This is where we draw the curtain for today. Yusuf, Euro USD, please, where is Euro USD moving today in one statement? Euro USD is bearish. We confirmed that because the dollar index is bullish. That's it. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today. Tomorrow is another day. Saidu Abubakar, time will not permit to go back to your question. The activity scheduled for Akure, um, Akure. Let's see. We have Akure this week. We have our mid. Yes, we have Akure this week. That's at Bon Hotel, Ijapo Estate. We have our mid-year megaton. It's going to be mind-blowing. You should plan to attend that event for Akure. All right, so this is where I draw the curtain. The event is 4th July, this Thursday, for Akure Oluwaseun Senkan. All right, thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Thank you very much, Oyedele Emmanuel, and the rest of you. Tomorrow is another day. Sorry, I didn't mention my name. My name is Tomiwa Agwola. Thank you very much for joining. We look forward to another session. Ilorin is it should be 2 weeks time. Ilorin should be 2 weeks time. Just watch out on our social media channels. You will get the correct information. Thank you very much. You know me well.